Want to level up fast on Phasmophobia and make a lot of money fast? Learn how to cut out your hiding spots in the custom settings and you'll get money at a rapid rate. You can do this on any map, and here I'm going to show you how you can do it at Tanglewood.
When you're playing Phasmophobia on more difficult levels and you're trying to do custom challenges, it's critical to know where you can hide even when you have no official hiding spaces or very few official hiding spaces on this map. At first glance, this map can be pretty tricky to find these hiding spaces until you start to learn some of the patterns of the ghost and some of the places where the ghost doesn't tend to wander. In this video, I'm going to be showing you why you don't need official hiding spaces in Tanglewood and how you'll almost always be okay using secret hiding places that are just included in the natural layout of the map. For this video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, where I am going to be giving each one of these hiding spots a risk factor. The risk factor is going to be a ranking of 1 to 5. 1 is going to be the lowest risk, and 5 will be the highest risk. But before I get into that, please help my channel out. Hit the subscribe button, like the video if you like it, and also leave a comment letting me know if there's anywhere where you hide that I left out of this video. The number one hiding space that I would give you on the Tanglewood map is in the front room, and you can actually hide in the closet in there, even if there's stuff in the closet. It'll look like you can't hide. All you need to do is make sure you run in and pull the doors behind you. When you pull the doors closed, it's going to push you up into the closet, which will allow you to hide from the ghost. I would give this a risk factor of a 1 out of 5. As long as the ghost doesn't see you go into this hiding spot, and as long as the developers don't fix it, fingers crossed, and also obviously if your equipment is off, you'll be fine hiding in this hiding spot. I have done it several times. The ghost has walked right by me. Often the ghost doesn't even come in the room because it doesn't know you're in there. But if it does, you should be fine. It's considered to be just as if you were hiding in the closet. So it's almost as if it's the technical hiding space that you use all the time when it's available. And now the hiding spaces in Tanglewood get riskier. It would be a close second, but the number 2 hiding spot in Tanglewood, I think, is the master bedroom bathroom. If you're going to utilize this hiding spot, make sure that you close at least the bathroom door, and even better, you should close the bedroom door if you have time to do it. The ghost will usually not wander all the way into the bathroom. It's more likely to wander in there if you have the door open. Unfortunately, unlike the boys' bedroom closet, this is a riskier hiding spot. That being said, I've almost always been okay hiding in here. If I'm ranking the risk factor, I'd give it a 2 out of 5. If there's such a thing as a 2.5 out of 5, I'd give it that. There's a little bit of risk to it. Sometimes you can be killed in there. Most of the time you'll be okay. But keep in mind, you're not going to do custom challenges where you have no hiding spots and have no risk at all. So it just goes along with the territory, risk reaps reward, right? The number 3 hiding spot on this map is the kitchen counter. Now the reason that I put the kitchen counter at number 3 is because it's a looping spot. So in order to be able to utilize it, you usually have to be pretty comfortable with looping. The ghost in the corner cannot see you there, and I will say many times the ghost will wander from the kitchen to the garage, to the kitchen to the garage, a little bit into the basement, but it won't often come back there. There is some chance that if you don't feel comfortable looping and you just get stuck there by accident, you'll be okay. However, it's not an ideal hiding spot unless you feel comfortable looping. Now, what I will say is if you feel comfortable looping, it's one of the best looping spots in the game. You can get a lot of really good information about the ghost. You can often identify the ghost right from the looping itself, as I did in this particular run through of Tanglewood. As you can see, this was a phantom. But unless you feel comfortable looping, I wouldn't recommend just sitting there. So I give this a risk factor of 3 out of 5. An even more unofficial hiding spot, but technically a looping spot, is in the garage behind the van. This is another spot where ghost is not terribly likely to wander all the way back there behind the van. However, a lot of ghosts will spawn back in that corner, especially if they're teleporting ghosts or they're ghosts that are centralized in that particular room. So keep that in mind. This being a phantom, it's not a great place to start out. However, if you're running from the ghost and it loses you, it often will lose track of where you're at when you hide behind the van. This one is riskier. I'll still give it a 3 out of 5. However, I overall think it's more risky. However, I do think it's riskier than the kitchen counter. This one is going to seem a little absurd, but you actually fairly successfully can hide behind this cabinet in the dining room. I will say I've not been killed here a lot. I've tried it out several times. I have been killed here a couple of times. I do think it is riskier than any of the other ones that we've talked about. I'm going to give it a risk ranking of a low 4. I almost want to go into the 3s because I still think it's fairly safe. However, there is some chance of the ghost just getting interested and wandering into the dining room. And although it often will just kind of wander a little bit and then start to go back into the kitchen and go into the basement and the garage, there is some chance that it is going to wander and see you hiding there. The other thing that makes this spot riskier is you can't see the ghost as it's coming, which increases the likelihood that you'll use your smudge too late. And I'm going to include a dishonorable mention here. There is this spot in the garage that looks like it could be a pretty nice hiding spot. It's behind the red toolbox. I would not hide there. I think that it is very likely that the ghost could wander right back there. Similar to the cabinet in the dining room, you're not going to be able to see the ghost as it's coming, and so it could get pretty close to you and almost be on top of you without you even noticing it. I just don't think it's that safe. I almost think it's better to hide behind the van and try to lose line of sight there. And that's really it. Tanglewood is not a very big house, obviously, so there are not a ton of places to hide. However, the hiding places you do have are quite effective, and because it's a small map, you are able to find the ghost quickly. You can probably gather some evidence quickly, even if it's a challenge where you have no evidence. You can get a lot of really good information from a really good looping spot, maybe the best looping spot in the game. And so don't be scared to try it out. To do a custom challenge, as you can see here, I got a nice whopping $2,666 from identifying it was a phantom, and that was really easy to do just by the kitchen counter. I missed the bone though, damn. Anyway, so again, let me know if there are any hiding spots that you like to utilize on the map that maybe I forgot about. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.